I welcome you all in a new video. I have added all the links of my previous video in a description box, so kindly check it. In today's video, we will discuss the chemistry. We were discussing the chemistry of glucose, fructose, and different structure of glucose and fructose. In today's video, we will discuss the Haworth forms of glucose and fructose. Haworth forms is also a very important projection formula of different type of carbohydrate structure. So let's see what is the Haworth projection of glucose and fructose. So we have already discussed the Fischer chemistry, the Fischer projection of different sugar formula, different sugar like glucose and fructose Fischer projections we have discussed. I'm just writing the structure of glucose, and I'm writing the structure of glucose in a 5-membered ring. It is the alpha D. As you can see here, it is alpha form. It is the alpha D glucopyranose form of a glucose molecule. So how to write this in a Haworth projection? Haworth projection is the another way of writing our carbohydrate molecule in a much simpler way. In this simpler way, we indicate our Fischer form. If Fischer form is 5-membered ring, so we indicate 5-membered ring by the pentagon. So this is the pentagon. If you just ignore the groups, you just focus on the ring structure. So ring structure is the pentagon, and in this ring structure, I have made these bonds bold. I have made these bonds bold. As you can see here, this indicate that these bonds are toward the viewer sides. So they are projecting toward the viewers. So this is why I have made this bonds much bolder in nature, in color. So now let's see how do we convert Fischer form into a Haworth form. This is simple Fischer form. For converting the Fischer form into Haworth form, you always keep your left hand side group on the upper side and right hand side group on the lower side. I repeating again, keep your left hand side group on the upper side and right hand group on your lower side. So left hand group on the upper side and right hand group on the lower side. So HOH, so mean HOH. You can remember this in this way. This is HOH. So in case of Haworth projection, you will write this in this way. So HOH, 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 OH, OH, H, and through this H, this whole bond is attached. This whole we can say part is attached. So we can write this as this carbon is attaching two parts. First is the proton and second is the whole this group part. So proton is here and rest part is above the side. So you should note one important point is that we should always write this part on the upper side. We should always write this part on the upper side in case of Haworth projection. I am repeating this again. Always write CH2OH part, CHOH and CH2OH part on the upper side in case of Haworth projection when we are considering the D-glucose. When we are considering the D-glucose, this CH2OH, CHOH and CH2OH should always be on the above side. So what we have to remember is that group lying on the left hand side are always occupying the above position. Group lying on the right hand side always occupying the lower position. So this is how we have converted the Fischer form into the Haworth form. This is the Haworth form. You can see here Haworth form of glucose. So name of this compound is projection. We can say the name of this sugar is alpha D glucofuranose. This is general name of glucose furanose structure. When we have OH in lower side, it is alpha. If we have OH on the above side, it is beta. If we have OH instead of OH, we have OR. They indicate acetyl. Remember, if we have OH instead of OH, we have OR. They indicate acetyl. So now glucose in a 6-membered form. It is a glucose structure in a 6-membered form. It is a pyranose form of glucose. You can see here, and it is the alpha form of glucose. So how to convert this into a Haworth projection? For just remember this, that in case of a 6-membered ring, we write the 6-membered ring in case of we can say hexagon, in form of hexagon. This you can just ignore the groups. Just see the structure, ring structure. Ring is hexagonal in shape. So it is hexagonal shape ring structure is there. So how to write the Fisher projection for alpha D glucopyranose? HOH. So HOH, 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 OHH, OHH, HOH, HOH, and always remember CH2OH part should be occupying the above position, should be occupying the above side, not the lower side. Always occupying, should always occupy the above side in case of D-glucose. In case of D-glucose, this CH2OH always occupy the above part. So this is the structure of glucose in Haworth form, alpha D glucopyranose form of glucose, in Fisher form and in Haworth form. If we have to write, you should note one important point is that it is the anomic center. It is the anomic center. So if we have to write the beta form, it become OHH. So remember, OH is at the lower side in case of alpha form. OH is at the above side in case of beta form. Always remember this. OH is at occupying the lower side in case of alpha form and occupying the above side in case of beta form. You should always remember this. So this is the hemiacetal form. So if I change this by OR, it become acetal form. I will discuss that. If I change this OH by suppose OR, it become the acetal form of our glucose in Haworth projection. So this is what the Haworth projection of, we have discussed the Haworth projection of glucose. Now the Haworth projection of fructose. So this is the Haworth projection of fructose. Fructose molecule, you can see here I have written fructose 5-membered ring. So name of this compound is alpha D fructopyranose. You can see here it is 5-membered ring, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5-membered ring, alpha form. So alpha D fructopyranose. So again we have to write furanose form in a pentagon. So this is the pentagon. So how to assign the configuration of each carbon atom? This is the chiral center, you can see here. This is the chiral center, and this is the anomeric center, you can see here. So anomeric centers, in case of alpha form, OH will come in the lower side. So CH2OH, OH, OHH, OHH, HOH, HOH, H, CH2OH, CH2OH, H. Always remember, in case of a D-glucose, in case of a D-fructose, CH2OH should always be on the above side. Should always be on the above side. So this is the fructose Haworth projection. It is the alpha form. If OH occupy the upper position and CH2OH occupy the lower position, it becomes the beta form. So alpha form and beta form. So this is the Haworth projection of fructose. Now fructose in a 6-membered form. It is the fructose in a 6-membered form. So name of this compound is alpha D fructopyranose. Alpha D fructopyranose, as you can see here, this is the alpha D fructopyranose Fisher form. Now Fisher form changing into the Haworth form. You can see here in Haworth form we write for 6-membered ring we write the hexagonal structure. Now different configurations of carbon atoms. This is the chiral center. We can say this is the anomeric center also. Anomeric center CH2OH, OH, CH2OH, OH, OHH, OHH, HOH, 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 CH2, CH2. You can see here there is no CH2OH, there is CH2, so CH2. So this is the alpha D fructopyranose form. Alpha when OH is occupying the lower side, beta when OH occupy the above side. This is the alpha form, and you can change it, the configuration of this OH and CH2OH to obtain the beta form. So this is the Haworth projection of glucose and fructose. Glucose 6-membered form, glucose 5-membered form, fructose 5-membered form, and fructose 6-membered form in Fisher and as well as in Haworth form. So after the Fisher form, after the Haworth form, we are moving toward another form which is called the conformational form of sugar. Conformational form means chair form. So sugar also have a sugar is a 6-membered ring. When we consider sugar 6-membered form, when we consider sugar pyranose form, so sugar pyranose form is a 6-membered form, and 6-membered form exists in a chair form. It is not planar form. It is a puckered form, and this puckered form is called a chair form. So sugar in a 6-membered form always occur in a chair form. So two type of chair forms are possible. We can see here chair form for alpha is possible, chair form for beta is also possible. So I must explain this briefly. You can see here, this is the glucose form, glucose pyranose form. It is 6-member form of glucose, and it is HOH, so it is alpha form, and this is OH, it is the beta form. So if I have to write the chair form of this, so I simply write the chair of this, and always remember this is the oxygen, this is the oxygen. You can see here, always remember that, again same point, one which is occupying the left hand side will occupy the above position, one occupying the right hand side will occupy the lower position. So HOH, 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 OHH, OHH, HOH, HOH, CH2OH always above, CH2OH always above, CH2OH always above, as you can see here, always above. So this is the alpha form. So alpha form, for writing any chair form, you must know what is the configuration of different bonds. Only then you can write the right structure. This is the pyranose form, and write the pyranose chair form. So before that, you should know the right configuration of each chiral center. Now write the proton and write the H and OH. So H and OH, H, OH, H, OH, H, OH, OH, H, OH, H, H, OH, H, OH, CH2OH always above, CH2OH always above. So this is the configuration of sugar, glucose sugar in alpha form. Glucose chair form when it is alpha. So it is alpha form. You can see here in case of alpha form, all OH are occupying equatorial position. They are all occupying equatorial position E, but only one is occupying axial position. You can see here all are occupying, equatorial position 1, 2, 3 and 4, but only one is occupying the axial position. This is the axial position in case of alpha form. But when consider the beta form, in case of beta form, we write OHH, rest is same, HOH, OHH, HOH, CH2OH, rest is same. So now see here, this is E, this is E, this is equatorial, this is equatorial, this is equatorial. So all are occupying E position. But here one is occupying axial position. But in this case of beta form, all are occupying 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are occupying the equatorial position. So we can see here, if we consider the OH and CH2OH group, they are considered to be slightly bulky group. So I can say one important line is that in case of beta form, all bulky groups are occupying the equatorial position, which is the less hindered position. All bulky group are occupying the less hindered position. Therefore, you should take note of this important point is that in case of beta form, all bulky groups are occupying the equatorial position. Therefore, sugar beta form is always much stable than alpha form, and we can say that sugar have a tendency to exist in a beta form, chair form 64%, and sugar exists in a chair form, alpha form 36%. 64 in beta, because in beta all bulky groups are occupying the equatorial position, but in case of alpha, all except one is occupying the equatorial position. Therefore, beta is much stable than alpha form of glucose. So this is a very important question, always asked in exam. Out of alpha D glucopyranose and beta D glucopyranose, which form is much stable. So we can say that beta form is stable due to the tendency of the beta form OH group to occupy the equatorial positions. So after discussing all these important points, I'm sure these points must be clear to all of you. So with this, I say thanks to all of you. Thank you.